Hi everyone, welcome to 150 hours of chess. Today is day 21. Um, I have learned four different openings so far with the system for white is London system and Italian opening, and two black. One is Sicilian defense, one is French defense. And today I think I will just um, play 10-20 minutes of puzzles and then straight into games. I have been thinking about because last time I was wondering, should I do 10 minutes rapid or should I do 15-10 rapid game? Because I find with 10 minutes game, I don't have enough time to think through moves, tactics, and how to win pieces and the board viewing. And that actually doesn't help as much. So because of the timing reason, that I'm gonna extend it to 15-10 until I feel comfortable to shorten it back to 10 minutes rapid. And yeah, that's everything. I am still gonna try French defense and London system for today and tomorrow. And then maybe next week I will try to pick up another opening. And yeah, that's it. And let's start for today. Also here first. They did castle. They did long castle. And then bring the rook out. Attacking this bishop, protected by my queen. They have a rock this way as well, and then they have a bishop controlling long diagonal. King here, unprotected. I'll be in trouble if you capture my queen. Their queen is hanging though. So what's happening? I can see that the queen is sort of trapped. This is all the place queen could go. This is protected by my queen. So this pawn queen can't take. With here, that is controlled by my rook. And here is controlled by my queen. And with this diagonal, here is controlled by my bishop. Here is controlled by my queen. Was it here that this is not controlled by any piece? Here is controlled by the queen, and here is controlled by the bishop. To capture the queen, I feel like I have to challenge on here. If I move my rook to here, that is support by the pawn, and then they could go here, but also from there they could just drop back. But if I goes there, that doesn't actually do anything. Well, I can go here and then rook goes there to challenge the queen, and once they take it, well, the problem is that if I goes here. I feel like they could attack with the pawn, or even here. And then when I go there, that, well, I guess if the queen take, I can directly take back with the queen. But if they push it up here, they will lose the queen completely. Are there better moves? I can use it to challenge, but they will directly take. I can go there, but this only have one protector, but have two attacker. I feel like ideally I don't want to use my queen to challenge their queen, because that would just be a trade. And also moving my queen away, these two bishops will be hanging. So maybe using my rock. Okay, that's incorrect. You miss a key idea. Okay, what is the key idea he's imagining? If I challenge it here, like, they could just take the bishop here to escape. I've also seen that I came across this situation in the games a lot, that I can see some of their pieces hanging, but I couldn't figure out a way to take the piece. Maybe I can use it to challenge. But also after I move my light square bishop, the pawn could directly take. And then nothing much I can do there. How to take the queen? Here? Why? They could just go there or there to hide, like, to get away. Is that what they're thinking? That will be protected by the bishop. And then for all the other space, that is controlled. Huh. Okay, this one is quite interesting. What did they take? They took my bishop. I can see here take the rock, give them a check. That is pretty close to background checkmate. They're probably gonna drop the rock and nothing will be protecting it, and then I can take the rock here. They moved the knight from the queen here. I have a bishop here, currently blocking the queen to attack the king. I have a rock on the side. I have a knight here. Could directly take the rock here. My opponent have a knight, controlling the center. They have a queen here. And a bishop controlling this diagonal, a knight here undeveloped, and a rock here stacked. I feel like this is controlled by my knight and could give the king a check. Nothing could take it, nothing could block it. I feel like that would be a checkmate. I feel like I should maybe putting some more try to see if I can find any puzzles that is related to use the tactic to take pieces, because I feel like I'm really not very good at, after spotting my opponent's unprotected piece, and then try to take it. Okay, here that they attack the king protected by the rock, and then have a have a bishop controlling long diagonal, and then my king move, expose the rock. They took the rock. And if I take the bishop here, my other bishop is hanging. They could just take. They also have a light square bishop. I do have 2 pawn that is close to promotion. I could promote this pawn and then give king a check. King would have to go to this space. I can move, if the king go to here, then I can move my bishop to control the diagonal. King go here is not as smart because that can't take. So after I move my bishop, maybe the king here could take it here, or maybe they could go there. And then in that case, maybe I can take the bishop here because my bishop is ready moved out of the difficult situation. Okay, so now I can develop it to be a queen. White move the bishop back. Currently I have 2 rock here. My opponent have a knight on the edge, and then have 2 rock here that they are close to give me a check. And then maybe even goes to here to control this file. my opponent took the pawn here, lining up for the check. So now as white, what can I do? I reckon their next step will be here. My king have to move. And then they sort of kept it so that I can't go over this line. Well, if my king go up this way, that they can directly drop back their other rock, and then I have to run again, and then they could go up again, and then I will have to run down, and then their rock could come up. And then if I run behind it, yeah, maybe they could take or come down to take one of my piece. But if they come down and I directly run this way, they could take it, and then I run again. Yeah, I don't see immediate things. So that is from my side. Their knight is hanging, obviously. One thing that I am thinking is if I do this, knight will be under attack. I can win their knight. But there will be a problem, is that after my king move, they so after they drop my king move, that my rock will be under attack. I also have another way first, which is come here, give the king a check. They would have to move somewhere, and that would block the connected rock, and then I guess I can take it here. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Okay, I move my queen here, aiming for pawns supporting the g7 space. With the queen g7, that will be checkmate. So my opponent moved the rock to control the space, preventing me to do queen g7. Other than that, I have a knight here that is currently under attack. I have a rock here. I think that probably was originally lining up for the square as well, but they pushed the pawn here. I have a rock here, currently not doing anything. My opponent have a rock controlling the open file. A knight here control the center that could take this piece, which is controlled by my knight. I feel like I could either protected my knight here, preventing this, though with the rock here, let's say that their knight took this pawn. If I took back, queen could take this with checkmate. But my queen can't drop to protect it, because that will be taken. What can I do then? Maybe bishop here, lining up for this. So if my bishop goes there, what can they do? They could use the bishop to try to protect, but my pawn could directly take it and then check the king. And then I could push my queen later. And then the king could escape, I guess. No, they can't escape because my pawn will be controlling there. What else? If after my rock goes h3 and then the queen block it, I guess I can just take the queen here. So yeah, I think this will be a good. Really? Really? But thinking about it, if I still do this, rock take, and then I take it with my pawn, my opponent could directly take the pawn. If my rock take here, they can't capture with the h7 pawn because it's pinned to the king. So they would have to take it with the f pawn, and then I can push the pawn here, attack the rock, or trying to develop the promote the pawn here. But that can easily blocked by the rock there. I can't take it with my queen because the rock could directly take back. Also, if I take it here, that they can directly take it with their rock. I can't take with the queen because they can directly take it. I don't understand. What can I do? I can move the rock to e1, but that's quite passive. I'm gonna get a hint. Move the queen. It seems like my queen have a few places that could go. I took here. King directly take. Oh, and then I can move my rock. Wow. Wait. Why does it never occur to me? Because I was thinking if I take it here, the king could directly take it, but I didn't realize that king all this way is blocked. So king is only available on this rank file, and then I could directly use a rock to check it. I definitely feel like I've saw this position before, and I was stuck thinking about, oh, I can't take it because I will immediately lose my queen. This is quite interesting. Okay, I'm just doing one more. They move the queen for what? I'm attacking the bishop. They move the queen. Like first unpin it, but still protecting the bishop. And also they are trying to resolve it here. Also, after the knight, that the pawn will be unprotected. I can't take it here because the bishop is watching. Can't exactly move my knight because currently it's pinned to my queen. I do have a bishop attacking here. I have a bishop protecting my knight, but also a rock that is currently blocked. They have a queen attacking the pawn here and also lining up to take the knight. They have a rock on the up file and the rock undeveloped, and a bishop protecting the pawn here. Okay, so now if I think one step forward, move my knight to somewhere, allowing them to take my queen, then I'll probably drop my knight back to take it. After that, it do open up for my dark square bishop, and my rock will be on an open file. But it doesn't actually give me more things. With the queen, if they take it, I can take it with my bishop. And then if they take it with queen, I can take it with my queen. So I'll be winning one piece if they do the exchange. But if I move my queen to somewhere, that would support the knight and also unpin this situation. But with it here, I have to take with the queen first, so probably not here. If I move my queen here, that would control the space. This could be nice. If my queen is here, that would be controlling these diagonal. Could also be nice. But also my opponent is at dark square. Maybe it's not as nice. With the rock here, if I take their bishop, their queen could directly take. And then nothing is controlling here. They could even, oh, they can't even drop back. I will be losing a more valuable piece here. I feel like the most ideal place would be knight goes there, fork their piece, and then my queen goes there, that their pawn can't directly take, though the queen could take. Also, if I move my queen here, I could potentially walk into a pawn fork. Well, I guess if I go these, they fork, I move the knight, challenge. They can directly take the knight here. And then I'll be losing one piece. This can't come out. If I move, I have to move the bishop first before I do anything. I can see if I take it with my rock, queen take. And then queen won't be controlling this space, and after my knight move, then that would be a, like, queen can control that space. So if I'm doing this, no, if I am doing this, queen take, my queen move, I mean, they could drop back, controlling there. But if my queen move first, they fork, that would be not enough time because they could directly take my queen. Okay, they are thinking about that. But also here, if I'm not careful enough, they could directly drop. No, they can't. Okay, okay, they can't drop here to directly checkmate my king. So I guess I'll still do, no, not there. Knight directly go there, fork, but then they could directly take. Ah, after they take, I can take the queen. Wow. This step is not very intuitive for me because still, like I said, that I can't see any immediate, like, one step away winning pieces. Like for here, I could only see that, oh, I sacrifice my knight. But then I realize I can take the queen. This is quite cool. Cool, now it is time to play some games. I'm gonna play 1510. Let's start. I'm white. I'll play London system. Queen pawn, and then bishop out, and then push e3 to support. And then interesting. I feel like that might be preparing for here, or it could be preparing for the bishop to come out. Likely to be here. Okay. If they do this, it's still fine that I can take it here. If they take further, I can take it with my bishop and then drop back. Instead, they choose to have the knight out, potentially controlling this to space. No immediate threat I can see. Maybe they are preparing for the bishop coming out here. So the knight is controlling something. So maybe I'll have this pawn out, controlling here first. And then I will push this pawn up. They get this pawn out, potentially going here, challenge this pawn. They could also be preparing for the this move. So if knight go here, I take, or if their bishop take here, I take. Well, I guess that's not a problem. Or the bishop could go here, attacking here, but I don't see any immediate threat. So I'll just supporting it here. And if they push it here, that I think that is the challenge part of the London system, that black push on the e5, challenging the center, try to break the pawn line from the white. Okay, it's called Indian game. I think that is one of the opening I was thinking about learning. They move the knight. Could be a few moves. Bishop under attack, and then if I take it back with pawn, that will break my pawn structure. They could go here or here. But with here, I could just strictly take it with my knight, and with it here, that I don't see any like scary threat. So I think they might aim for my bishop. I reckon I might just drop back. So how far should I drop? Could drop it to here. I don't think I immediately want to push it here, so that should be fine. Could drop it here. But drop it here might control more. So I feel like I'll just come back one step. If nothing happened, I will push this pawn up here. Start to building my pawn line, and then after that, that would be develop a knight. They are attacking here. They are. I currently don't have anything that is protecting the space. Otherwise, it could be a nice pawn fork. But with it here, they are aiming for after I push my pawn that my knight will be under attack. So I'm gonna get my knight out first and then push this pawn. So now here is protected by my knight. Maybe I can do a pawn push fork for the next step rather than pushing the pawn here. If they move it away, like if they move either away, I reckon I might create the pawn line first and then develop my knight. They're currently blocking my bishop to develop to that square. So maybe bishop to there could also be a nice place, protected by my knight and also attacking the knight here. They push the pawn here. I reckon they would want to develop the dark square. But let me poke them first. Yeah, that should be fine. So I will be winning a piece, but also break my pawn structure. I think it's worth it. Okay, they get the bishop back, supporting the knight. I can either take and let them take me, or what else can I do? So after that, yeah, I reckon I'll just take. And then they take back. So I have to be aware that they are lining up here. I would like to develop the knight. And also get the bishop out, I reckon. Or, yeah, they are attacking here, which makes sense. So push this pawn up to support it. Getting my bishop out and then castling would be my next move. The bishop here is unprotected. It would be nice if I can punish it. What else can I do? Okay, they start to challenge here. The problem of that is without the pawn chain here, this pawn is not as strong. If they take, I take back. And then they might take back and then I take it here. Wait, if they take, I take, they take, I take, I'll be winning a piece. But also my pawn line is completely broken. If I let them take me, and then I take, well, no, if I take them, they could take it here, and then their pawn structure is more solid than mine. So yeah, I will let them take me, and I'm gonna think a way to punish the bishop here. So can't see an immediate move, honestly. I can, oh, actually, I can go there. Challenge the king. like attack the king, and then they could use the knight to block, or they could move the bishop back to block. I feel like bishop would make more sense, and then after I take, they would take back, and then this square is really a nice square. But that would also help them develop their. After that, maybe I can come back. Just to watching here, and then I could get my queen to there. Okay, they use the knight there to. I wonder, should I get it back and then challenge it here? I really want to remove that. Or even I can get my knight here. But what else? Here is protected. Here is, actually here is protected. Here is protected. Yeah, I was hoping get it here. That would be nice, folk. I have more peace. Maybe I should trade. Yeah, I'll try to challenge it and trade. Okay, that's an interesting move. They get the knight protecting here, but also that's blocking this. I can take the bishop, and then they take back. They'll be in the center controlling these pieces. And probably not gonna take. I feel like I might push it to close it. That could also be a good plan, I reckon. No, I can't close it because of the knight. It would be difficult for the knight. Maybe I can start to get my queen out. Though here is blocked. Yeah, I'll castle first. And then maybe get the rook out. Okay. So here is a tension here, and the knight is protecting. Here have a tension here, that it's currently protecting. I have a few pieces that could be movable. I feel like they might preparing for this. Oh, what can I do? Thinking, should I remove the knight here? Yeah, I don't know what to do. It's just like way too many calculation, and yeah. So that's currently reviewing the attacking, and I could, well, I can't drop my knight there. I can start to get this knight involved, and then get it there maybe. Well, the knight is unprotected. And oh, actually, I can get my queen out and then attacking here. I mean, they could just push the pawn there, controlling more center. They move the knight back, also blocking here. So I feel like I could start to close the pawn here and then just take more space. Probably just gonna move it here. I have a dark square bishop. They have a dark square pawn line that so my dark square is not as useful. They move the knight here. I think they might be attacking my bishop. So probably not be able to save my bishop. If that is the case, I'll take it here. I can get my king here, that will still be relatively safe. I'm not as worried. I can also drop my bishop back. Actually, I'll drop it back. And then the places knight could go. That would be controlled by the bishop. And then I feel like I can push the pawn up. Okay. They push the pawn here. I feel like they might aiming for here. So I'm gonna close it. They might also push up here. Yeah, what can I do in this position? I have two knights here protecting each other. I have a bishop here controlling this diagonal. I have a rook here controlling here. My opponent don't have any open lines so far. My pawn is a bit chipped. And I've also have a rook here undeveloped. With this bishop, I mean, I could trying for a bishop trade, but they could directly take it with their pawn. And then I'll be down pieces. They move the knight. I can start to get my knight involved in the game. I mean, here could be good. They coming back here. I feel like they're aiming for this. So now it's time for me to support it, and then I can get my queen away. if this is not protected by the queen, I can just take it here. But also that might get me stuck. I can't, they move the knight, maybe protecting here. I'm not sure, but it seems like here could be an open file soon. So get the rock here could be nice. And also my opponent don't have a light square bishop. I don't have to worry about it. I'm thinking about maybe move my queen to somewhere that is more useful, like this diagonal. And then maybe I can do something there. How can I take the, what are they up to? They just like moving the knight back and forth. Let's say they want to take it here. I'll just take it with my pawn. I'm currently happy with my 2 rock. I am thinking about involve the queen slightly more. Yeah, I feel like here could be a good diagonal just to control here. Though with the knight, there aren't many good space for me to go though. Yeah, I'll move the queen back first. And then I reckon I'll push this pawn up. So first it's a light square. Bishop can't do anything about it. With the knight, okay, they're moving the rock here. I feel like they might try to get it involved in the game. Not 100% sure. With one thing I can do is I can try to get my knight involved and trade for knight, seeing that I have more piece. If they take, I'll take back with the queen, and then pawn will be exposed, but my rock is watching it. See what they do. I might just push it here. If they don't take me, oh, if they take it with, if they move the bishop to here, well, I guess I can directly take it with the queen. And then my knight will still be protected by the rock. So that should be fine. Other than that, I mean, I can get my queen here and then get the bishop here. But that doesn't actually help. I need to get the bishop here and then the queen to line up for that. They are, okay, they're pushing it here, and then knight will be protected by the queen. I can take it, and then they could take me, and then I take. they can take it with a rock. I currently have two thoughts. One is that, wait, actually, it's protected here, which means if my knight take it here, that the queen can't take, and then I can threaten one of those. Another thing is that I can take it here. Bishop would take, and then if I take it here, that if the rock take, I can't, no, I can't take back because the pawn is watching. My queen will be under attack. This is complex. I feel like here might be good. Okay. I could come back and block him here. Once they take it here, my queen will be exposed. And then I guess I can try to pin the knight to the queen. Or, okay. In that case, I feel like if I take it here, rock take, supported by the pawn here, and then my queen will be under attack. So my queen would have to move. Maybe I can move it to here. If I push it further, then rock can't take it because after the trade, they will be losing a more valuable piece. So they would have to move their rock again. But if I take it here, they can take back. So I feel like here could be good. And then I can get my knight out here. Attacking here. So now they can't do much thing about it. What else can I do? I mean, here is definitely good because I can take, I can just I'm feeling a bit struggle. Maybe I should do it with my bishop. What else can I do? I feel like they've also thinking about this. Where the knight could go. Knight could go here. I'm happily take it. If they try to fork. Knight could go there are protected. So that's fine. What else can I do? If the knight goes there, maybe I should close it here first, just to make sure that I don't lose pawns. Ah, this is so struggling. It would be nice to get my knight here. Check the king, but also here that have a knight that could go back, and then here have a bishop controlling here. So okay, if I get my knight here, they take, I can take back, and then I can align my bishop. So yeah. And if they don't take back, I will directly move my bishop here and lining up for this. If they take, that's also open the line for the queen. Okay, they took. So now I take it as a pawn. And then goes there. Their queen could go here, but it's not super worried. I'm thinking about this. I could directly go in. Or even, yeah, so now it can't be easily. I mean, I can do this, just challenge it, because I don't have any other ways. I think forcing trade, especially equal pieces trade, would benefits me more. And then I could push it here. Problem is that if I push it here, yeah. And if I take, they take back. That would be take, and then they take back. That would be equal trade. So I'm probably gonna drop back. So if they move here, I can directly take. If they don't move, queen can't come up this way. Okay, if they push here, they are thinking about getting it out here. It's not too worrying for me. Feel like getting it here could be nice. Just lining it up. Otherwise, actually, I just realized it would be nice to go there. Just controlling. I do need another piece to go with me. The only problem is that they have two pieces watching here. And also, if my knight could go there, that would be a nice fork. Unfortunately, it is currently. I guess I could start to move my knight there, challenging the rock there. But that doesn't actually do much thing. It's so difficult. Yeah, actually, here could be nice. They would only move that way, and then my rock could take it here, and then challenge on here. But I don't have another piece protecting the queen, which could be an issue. Okay, they push it further. So now I can't take it, even with that. Maybe I will align it here first. Yeah, no, they can't easily prep me because even though that push, I can still go there. So now the king is in the back rank. It's just difficult. I reckon I will start to get my rock to this open file. Are they attacking my knight or the pawn here? If it is the pawn here, I'm happy to do this to support. Other than that, get the rock to the center, supporting this pawn. It's a shame that I can't push it further. Oh, it's very difficult. What else can I do? Yeah, getting my bishop. Trying to add more on there. I could also add more pressure on there. Here would be nice. Yeah, they abandoned the game. I have to say it was struggling. I would be keen to review this game. It was so difficult though. So difficult. I think I know which one they blundered. they blunder it there. Okay, they reckon I should develop the queen and then attacking here. Ah, true. Both pieces are unprotected, but they could easily drop it back to protect. So I was doing the supporting here to do a pawn fork, and with that I can win one material, but break my pawn line. They think here I should take the pawn here. What I was thinking is that after that they could take back with the pawn. And with it here, I could just blocking it from going further. Yeah, I was thinking about, because I was hoping to reduce some materials. But also at this point, um, okay, with it here, another thing I was thinking about is pushing it here. But then I realized they could directly take it and then threatening my queen. Yeah. Yeah. I guess that would be the best move. it was very struggling. Also, I could come back here, and if the rock take, I can take their queen. Anyway, new game. I think this is the first game that I played today. That took so long. It was so struggling. Okay, will I still be white? Okay, I'm still white. So, still in the system. I mean, they could mirror me. They could get the knight out. No, what is that move? They are doing these moves. Also blocking their bishop. In that case, yeah, I can't directly attack their pawn because they could bring the knight out to support. Oh well. I'll get myself solid first. Push the pawn up, support. So luckily I didn't do that. Support the center. Now they get to get their queen out. So I'm controlling the space. Queen could go there. Attacking my king doesn't actually matter. I can get my bishop out first. If they move their queen, I could just push the pawn up. Just to get my bishop to a more active place. And the queen don't have much square to go. I feel like this is the only safe square. Here is controlled by my bishop. Here is controlled by my knight. They push it here. Not 100% sure what exactly are they up to. So usually they push it here to challenge. But anyway, I'll build my pawn structure and then I'll get my knight out. They push the pawn here. Now their knight is basically blocked. Maybe their queen is trying to go this way. Not 100% sure. Maybe they are aiming for here. If they do it here, I feel like because they have 1, 2, 3 attack protector. I have 1, 2, 3 attacker. If they push it here, if I take, they take, I take, they take, I'll be down pieces. Maybe I might let them take me here and then doing here and open the space. In that case, it would be better to bring my rock to the center. They try to challenge me here. Among all the plays, I can't take it, so I reckon I'll just drop back here. And then I'll push the pawn up. Okay. They are aiming of doing this. So pawn up. I wonder, are they aiming for it here? Well, with it here, I can still coming back further. Bishop unprotected, but I currently can't get in. They have a light square pawn line building here and a dark pawn line building here. With my... Okay, are they aiming for here? And then maybe take it here? Can't exactly see. But I'll develop my knight. And then, yeah, so they are. Just pushing the pawn. Oh, actually, I just realized their rock is unprotected. If I can get my bishop to here, that would attack the rock. They could take it with knight, and then I can take back with my knight. That would be a trade. Does it worth it? If I got to here, that would fork these pieces. So yeah, it could worth it. Oh, they move it. Okay, well, I guess in that case, I'll drop back then. They have two pieces lining up here. They could be trying to push it here. So I'm thinking get the knight up there. But I only have two pieces. Oh my god, this is so difficult. I feel like they might aim for the step after I take. They can take it with their queen. I don't have a way. But if my knight here, that could directly let them develop the queen. Put their queen into the center. And then I'm quite cramped. But if they directly push it here, I guess I can take. And then the queen would take it. I've got no other ways. But after they push it, if I take it here and then let them take me here, I can't do this. So they would have to go here and then my knight drop back. This is very painful. This is so painful. Yeah, I reckon I would let them take first. I could light square bishop. No, I don't have. Oh, my dark square bishop is here. Maybe I can get it to here. And then having my queen out first. Having my queen out then. And then my queen could go there. And then I can take it here. So yeah, actually, this could be nice. Okay, they are aiming for here. With it here, should I take the pawn? Let them take me, and then let them take me again, and then, or should I take them, let them take me for the queen, and then they can't do anything about it. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I'll take them. But if I take them and then they take me here, and then they push forward, actually, I'll take it. Okay, I would have to let them take me, so I'm gonna... For God's sake. If I do that, they can't. Dark square bishop. I guess I can try to do this. Protecting here. Oh! Ugh. Ugh. So painful. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Yeah, I should take... Didn't see this lining up here. So I should have take it there. They won another game. I feel like they want to smash me again. Wait, I must do white. Knight at control the center. This is not that common, I feel like. With it here, they can get their bishop out. With it here, they can get this bishop out. Not 100% sure what are they up to. But I reckon I'll get my bishop to the center first. This is another Indian game that I'm seeing so far today. They aligning the bishop here. So after they move their knight, they could have attacked my pawn. Didn't exactly see what they're up to. But their bishop is unprotected. If I can get my knight to here, that would be nice. Maybe I'll actually prevent this first. And then I'll get my knight out, and then castle. Their knight out, controlling here, also blocking this pawn to come out. Fine, sort of. They are challenging my bishop. I reckon I'll take. That will breaking their pawn line. After they take, oh, it's not as easy. With my knight here, it have to have a few steps. Get their queen out, but they can't easily come out. My queen could go this way, maybe lining up here, but I already lost my light square bishop. Could also try to threaten here. I'll probably castle next. But if they don't push here, it's still worth it to just take it here. That's feel like it's better for them not do this. Because if my queen take it here, I could potentially facing the okay. Yeah, I feel like here could be good. Because that would be safe. And then thinking about moving my knight there to try to okay, they move the rock So I'll protect it as well. Yeah, I still haven't castle, but I feel like I would like to remove this first. Okay, they move their knight and try to attack my bishop. They could also attack in here. With the bishop, I mean, I could do this first and then attacking here. So they can't take. They could move the bishop, or they could take my bishop and then threatening my queen. So let's say if I do it here, and then they do it here, I have to move my queen, and then they would have time to move the bishop. But then I might have time to lining up for that. So I will be losing a piece at the same time. Well, I guess I can take it here. But I also have to be aware that if I move my queen, knight will be hanging. If I push it up here, yep. So they could do this. Oh, my knight could drop back. I could drop my knight back to block because I can't castle, and then I don't want to move my queen because after I move my queen, my knight will be hanging. Yeah. Other than that, unfortunately, my bishop will be hanging. Oh no, my pawn here is free. So shame. If they do take the pawn there, I would castle so that here is protected and then here is protected. And I'll still like to do this and then get my queen involved there. But if I use my knight to protect, okay, they sort of blocking me from doing that. But also now they also block the queen. So knight is hanging. What else can I do? I can go here to attack, but queen is... Can I manage to... So where the queen could go? Here, here, and then here, here, here. If I move my rock here, then I'll be controlling these, but here will be unprotected. And then with it here, that is controlled by my knight, controlled by my knight. Do I have a thing that I could... Maybe I should drop my queen first, and then have one of the knight there, and then just like trap the queen there. Yeah. Feel like it would be smart to seal it first, and then do this. Or even I can immediately do this. So let me calculate. If I move it here, here will all be controlled. Here will be controlled. This is protected by my queen, knight, knight. Yes. I should be good. Yeah, I just saw that they put it here. It doesn't actually do anything. Oh, that's a trade. Okay, that's painful. I didn't realize the rock was controlling the open file. If they take it here, that should be fine. But I can go there. That doesn't actually do anything. If they push it here, I'll be quite awkward. Guess I would have to rock back. Okay, they didn't. I can't see any... I don't understand why. Like here, what are they? Or here, they could just take. I'm thinking about taking it here, and then after, if they took, then I can take it with my rock. They could also pin my knight to the rock. But they didn't. Okay, they push it here. knight don't exactly have a safe square to go. But also this can't do much thing. So I'm thinking about doing it here and then start to or even I can push it here, and if they take, I can take it with my knight, and if they don't, ugh, what was I thinking? I blundered. Now I can't do anything about it. Ugh. Okay, so I should be fine here. Ugh. Okay. Don't know what the other lining up for, but feel like it's safe to go up. Just try to attack here. Mm, well, actually, if I drop it down, then I mean they can move, and then I can come back and then take here. That could be nice. Well, this was a quite nice pawn fork. I mean, yeah, sure, they can do this. And I reckon I could take it here. Ah! If I push up, they can take it here, and then I take the rock. Or they can take it here. I can't do anything about it. After I take, they can take back, and they have one more piece than me. I can try to move away. But then this, they can move. Oh, actually, this is better because they can't move it here. Um, okay. Ugh, ugh. Um, Nothing much I can do. Oh, this is so painful. It's so difficult. I have 3 blunder. Cool. I reckon that's it for today. This is, it's so painful. That it was I was white for all 3 games and tried to play Linda's system for the whole time. Um, it was quite struggling. It's because even into the middle game that everything started setting up, and there's just like way too many pieces on the board and way too many calculations that I'm struggle to manage in my head um, with how to exchange to be better. And yeah, it was struggling. um, Maybe tomorrow that I can review these 2 games. um, but yeah, That's it for today. I will see you tomorrow.